Now I want to kind of get into a little scene really quick before we break into square one of everything, all music. All right. I'm ready. I'm just going to pull from wherever my brain starts to go. All right. I'm thinking.
Closing my eyes.
I'm thinking, do you have any kids?
Sorry.
Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
What is going on? Not because yesterday somebody asked me the same question. No, not yesterday. The day before yesterday on my show. Like, they were like, are you a parent?
Not that you look like a parent. It's just important for this.
Oh, okay. No, you just asking that. Okay. I was about to, I was like, is it something I'm doing?
No. All right. We're in the nursery, and Iniko is rocking her newborn child.
Please.
The nursery happens to be pink.
Okay.
Just because we're in the pink room.
Okay.
It's nice and plush. It's feeling really warm and cozy. And those vibes, the motherly vibes are there, obviously. What are you singing to your young child as you rock them back and forth?
I'm singing You'll Be in My Heart by Phil Collins.
Ooh, interesting. Did your dad play that too back in the day?
No, actually. It's from Tarzan.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, so I was like, we were talking about
Tarzan,
films.
nursery.
I love cartoons. I love animations. I always have. Tarzan was one of those films that I played over and over. And I was watching that on the cassette tape over and over again. The music in that. Phil Collins, he really ate that up. He did not. Rent was due because what? And that is a song that will stand the test of time. It is timeless.
When did that song come out?
When did Tarzan came out? Came out like the 90s, I think.
Tarzan. I remember seeing that in school.
I'm pretty sure it's like the
Tarzan,
90s.
1999.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like first grade or kindergarten or something like that. Okay. All right.
It just made me feel so safe. You know? Yeah.
Tarzan made you feel safe?
That song specifically. Because the scene that it happens in, it's when his ape mother is rocking him to sleep, like singing him a lullaby.
I love how, see, I love how that prompt got there. I usually prepare the scenes before this, but like this conversation, I feel like I'm just going to flow off of like what
it's doing a thing.
We'll pull from you. Okay.
It's doing a thing.
All right. So now I want to talk about square one, the beginning of everything, recording and writing. And you've had music in your family for as long as you can remember, right? Obviously. So when you were born, between the day you were born and the day you actually like first recorded yourself, like how did you get to that point?
Well, you know, I see now how important like the music that I was listening to, like that was around me, and how important it was to the music that I create. Like now, I have always been a really avid writer. I just wasn't writing music. I would write stories. I would write like books. I would write fan fiction. I wrote a whole book in like the 8th grade.
What?
Like, it was crazy. Like I wrote it with my best friend. It was 20 chapters.
20 chapters?
Yes.
You wrote a chapter book? A novel?
Yeah. I would like to eventually make it into a film or a show or something. I don't know. But the point is
I don't know.
Listen,
you never know.
You're here. We're here. But I would do that. I just loved the idea of being able to tell a story. The first song I had written, I was like 13 years old, and I wrote it for my church's talent show that they were having.
I love how it always starts in the church. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, yeah, I grew up in church, really. I was going to church like essentially every single day. Like I got baptized when I was 8 years old. Like it was a choice that I made, like all of the whole shabam. I was in and within the congregation.
We were all in church like that back in the day.
Like, please, I want to go home.
Like, right.
I want to go home. I want to eat. Can we eat the food that exists outside of the church?
The church, right.
Is that okay? Like,
however, that fourth Sunday would be lit though. You know what I'm talking about in the basement?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. The food would hit crazy with the Kool-Aid, because my church was like predominantly Caribbean. The Kool-Aid ginger beer situation.
Wait,
I don't
hold
know.
on now.
They would put
ginger
so
beer
much
in red
ginger.
Kool-Aid?
It was
I know why I gotta be red Kool-Aid.
Whoa, it was red. You just knew it
ginger
was
beer
red.
and red Kool-Aid, y'all.
try
When
it.
you come back to my house for a pregame next time, I'm making that, but
It'll be
with some
crazy.
liquor in it,
It's
with some
gonna-
rum or some.
Yes, that would hit crazy. That would hit crazy.
All right, we'll get back to mixology class later.
But
anyways, the
yes. So that was the first song that I ever wrote, and it was also the first time I played the guitar like in front of anybody. But then I would write songs like here and there, but never like would really like record them to be listened to. I would just like record them for myself. I had like this free program that I found online called Audacity, and it was just like I don't know if it was a production software
Why
or
was
like
it
a
called
soft.
Audacity?
That's not funny.
The audacity to teach yourself music.
Right.
Like-
you have the audacity. Please. But I would just so I would record myself, but what I would do is because I played the piano, but I didn't have like a MIDI controller. Like I didn't have a piano that connected to like an interface and stuff like that. I just had a normal keyboard, normal guitar. I didn't plug into anything. So I would just like record the sounds that I was making. So I was essentially just making like a cappella tracks, like just would be layering and stuff and all of these things. And being in choir and being classically trained, like all that stuff kind of, played a role in some way, shape or form. And it wasn't until I want to say 20, what was it? 20, what was I a freshman in college? 2015? 2015.
Damn.
2015
You just aged
or
me.
2016. Please, it's fine.
I graduated in 2014.
Oh wow, it's okay. You're not. It's
30
really
and 30.
Not even that far off. Y'all
You're
stress me
right.
out. Stop. 2014, 2015, around that gap, I put out my first song, and that happened because after I graduated from 12th grade, my dad got me like he got the whole setup really. Like he got like a keyboard, he got me Reasons, which is I think if you can ask any engineer, mixer, producer, Reasons is the hardest interface that you could ever have. I was like, Daddy, why would you get this for me?
Is Reasons like
am
a
singer.
Ableton or is
It's Ableton is yes, it's like Ableton, Reasons,
a digital audio workspace?
yes, Pro Tools, those things.
Yeah.
But he got it for me, and like I didn't have, it was all I had, so that's what I was gonna use. So I would every night, not even every night, every day, I think, like I just would go there and just start making music. Because when I started going to college, it was really hard for me. I didn't graduate. It was tough. I had a lot of social anxiety. I never really experienced that many different people before. I went to
Where'd you go to college at?
I went to college at St. John's
Oh, okay. In
University.
Queens, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So a lot of to be fair though, like
It's a pretty diverse school.
it's super diverse, but again, to be fair, the school I went to before this, it was like 300 people in the school. It was a independent fundamental Christian school.
Oh.
That we might end up talking about it at some point too, but
Okay.
that it did a number on me, and it made it really hard for me to trust people, and and even before that, like I only knew the people that I knew. Like I had never initiated any
There wasn't social media.
friendship, relationship, and there was social media, but I didn't know these people. Like I had I'm glad you brought that up. I had parasocial relationships with like people that were like across the world. So because I was doing like fan fiction and stuff, and I would like upload my stories, like I had met people that were doing the same thing, and we were pen pals, I guess, but I had never met them in person. One of them I had met. Another one, unfortunately, she passed. But that was like that was really the bulk of like my friendships outside. Like when I think too, like when you're going to church like every day and you're that involved, like that is if you are that involved, there's no branching out happening, and the branching out that happens is in the church essentially.
Yes,
So
you're right. Yes.
it's not like, I don't know, like there's this. It's an interesting culture where like outside of that, everything feels very foreign. But I also think like when you boil it down to how Christianity, Catholicism, all of these very big religions that stem from, you know, colonization or were heavily used in colonization. A big part of that is separating from the outside world, the secular world, essentially. So when I went to college, I was really unprepared. Like I was inoperable. The first year I didn't talk to anyone. Like I would just go to my classes, come back home. That was it. Like I didn't stay on because we were living on
campus.
Yeah, we were living in Queens, so it didn't really make sense. But I wanted to. Like I didn't want to be home just because I did feel like, you know, I was essentially lonely. You know, like I want to do stuff.